this year, the stakes, coming in, relative to you guys with the real estate that you have, how huge, how much weight do you feel on this game? How excited is this program for this opportunity?
Yeah, I think it's excitement. I don't think it's weight because it's just a great opportunity. I think it's great for LA. They've had a tremendous season thus far. I can't say enough positive things about how they're playing and how they've played all year. But our players haven't looked for anything to be easy. We've never, with all the top teams we face, we haven't said, gosh, let's hope they're not as good as we thought they were. We want to rise up and be better, and it'll make us better to prepare for this game, to play this game, and I think the energy level's going to be off the charts.
Obviously, the ball's down in the rivalry. How special is that your top players, are homegrown?
Yep, and Rhea, and Kennedy, and Clarice. It's amazing. We've got a lot of LA lifeblood on our team, and I think it hits differently this week for our entire team, but when you're from this city, I think it really means a lot.
But UCLA has such a balanced attack. What are some of the defensive principles that you're emphasizing just to disrupt their rhythm and control the tempo?
Yeah, you got to keep them out of transition. I would say that's what every team is so potent for sure. Lauren Betts is, maybe the most unique player in college basketball. You got to make some decisions on how to guard her. I'm not saying I'll tell you those decisions right here now, but she puts you in situations where you have to decide, how you guard her, and obviously we have to just figure out how to limit them in transition, play in half court, and try to, force them to low percentage shots, whatever those might be.
Lindsay, this whole year, obviously, it's been kind of an offensive process, just trying to integrate the pieces that you have. Where do you feel like you guys are in that process at this point? Is there still another level that you feel like you guys can reach?
Yeah, there's still obviously definitely another level. Maybe there's that perfect game where we have every single player clicking on all levels, but more so just philosophically, we want to create these baskets off our defense. We want to get go-to players in their spots and pick on mismatches where people sell out on certain things that we do. You got to be a cohesive unit and get to the best shot and knock them down and have everyone feel as good as possible that they're attacking in their spots and also working off one another and what the defense is giving us.
You mentioned kind of self-Lauren Betts. You've been able to face her a couple times already in her career. What has it been? How has she grown as a player?
Yeah, I will say it is really impressive to be really good and then improve. Sometimes it's harder to do that when you're already really good. And I'd see a ton of improvement from her, which is credit to her and the staff. I think she's probably the best shape she's ever been. I think she handles multiple coverages in different ways. I think her passing's really good. She's was already good, but she's improved, which has obviously helped UCLA take a step and probably be the best that they've ever been, although they've been very good in past years as well.
Juju obviously struggling a little bit with the shot over the last few side come out a little bit that fast. But what have you seen from her just going into this match? How she's prepared, where she's at?
She always prepares. She's always going to be ready. She's a competitor. She's locked in on what we need to do. There's no one who competes harder than Juju.
With LA becoming I have a question from the producer, the Center for Women's College Basketball, and Kelsey Plum joining the Sparks. How does this happen?
I think Kelsey's going to be at the game. That's what I've heard. How has it happened? Investment. I think I can speak to our administration. Really wanting women's basketball to be great. It starts there. Then I think young women across the country and those who are here saying I can get everything I want in college basketball experience here in LA. Having great competitors who wouldn't want to be in LA. If you're a free agent in the pros and you kind of get to choose your market, who wouldn't want to be here as a place to live, but also as a market to showcase your talents and play basketball. I think there's a lot of reasons it's happening. It's almost, my question is, it's almost surprising why it hasn't happened sooner. Like, where's college games today? They should be out here this week, weekend games. This is definitely, quite literally the place to be.
Is it sustainable?
100%. To have high-level basketball in LA, year in and year out, of course.
This team is to talk about what you're expecting from the environment.
I think it's going to be wild. The packed Galen is like nothing else. I still have chills when I think about the UCLA game last year and every seat was taken in that building. Here it might rain, so hopefully that doesn't keep anyone from coming. Like I need Angelinos to toughen up about the rain and come out even if it is a little wet.
This team is 5-1 against ranked opponents. Of course, the rankings can be kind of up and down, so that doesn't necessarily kind of show competition. But what is that ranking against those opponents kind of show what this team can do against tough competition?
Yeah, I mean we've had tough games all throughout the year, and I think one of the things that puts us where we are in the rankings, whether you look at the quad one wins or whatever it is, that we haven't shied away from any competition, and we've been able to go on the road and win. We've been able to win at home. We've I think risen to moments for the most part against other really good teams, and that's what makes you better.
Lindsay, I know you're obviously dialed in for Thursday's matchup, but it wasn't that long ago when Galen had like a couple hundred people, even for these bigger games, and against Ohio State, to see the hundreds of people of all ages, from grandparents to kids, who waited around in the lower bowl to hopefully get a picture with Juju, Kiki, or get an autograph, and to just feel that, like, how much pride do you take in knowing that you were able to come in and deliver basically on what you promised in turning this program around to get to where we are right now?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely wasn't me alone. It was all of us. But I think those of us who have been here, like, we don't take for granted 1 minute of one day where we were and what it's become. I have people to remind me, Rhea, we joke it's her family and mine in there for a while, alone, and a couple other fans. Yeah, you were one of them too. Yeah, a lot of people that know what it was like. So we never take that for granted. I have so much pride in it all the time of what this feels like now, of how magnetic our players are. That they come to see Juju and that they want to be Juju and Kiki and Rhea. Like it really is powerful. I think there's been, like I said, an investment from our administration to help us get there. I think there's a lot of players that committed to putting a good product on the floor, and then you end up getting the star power and that talent on top of that. And it's been a pretty special ride.
Take one more question. Last one.
How do you beat the bets on that?
Box her out. I mean, that's usually the key to rebounding on the defensive end. You gotta put your body up, right? If you
One or
don't,
two months?
as many as it takes.
Coach, you have a hard time sleeping leading up to this game? You sleep well, or?
I never sleep quite well. I've got a 2-year-old, I've got a 7-year-old. They're amazing kids, but they're not great sleepers. But yes, sleep a little less UCLA for sure.